So here we continue editing article 2 using Grammarly. As you can see, I did correctness. Now I need to work on clarity, and this available only in Grammarly Premium, and it's also very helpful tool because it helps to make the text more readable and understandable for reader. And for non-native speaker like me, Grammarly catches some nuances which I would not understand, like how to rewrite sentence, how to make it easier, more smoothly for reader. I wouldn't understand it because I'm not native English speaker, but it's helpful. It helps a lot. All right, and we continue doing it using Grammarly, doing our grammar check. Here in this phase of checking, reviewing article, I need to do more thinking, and I actually need to read these phrases or sentences before I change them. But apparently, usually my clarity score is better than my grammar score, and actually it has been always like that in any language I know, because I know several languages. Somehow my clarity and content is better than my grammar, right? I just hate these rules and stuff. I know I should be more diligent, but I just like more about, I like content, to focus on content more than in grammar, and that's why I'm so happy to use Grammarly. Okay, and it's true, I'm not just promoting it, I actually use it. You can see how I use this Grammarly to do this article. So it gives a lot of very good suggestions which I otherwise wouldn't even know, wouldn't even understand that I need to do. So question is Grammarly worth it? Yes, it definitely is. And it's not expensive, by the way. It's much cheaper than if you would have to hire somebody online, and they sometimes do lousy job, although some editors are really good that I use online, but they are not cheap, they're expensive. I mean, if I wanted to spend several $1,000s per month for human editors, I would. All right, and I do use them sometimes. It's just some like this blog is not worth it. It doesn't really make as much money. It's not worth for me to spend a couple $1,000 each month for editors, simply because this blog is still small and doesn't bring as much money. What am I looking at here? I think I'm taking a break. Average numbers must be interpreted. So is Grammarly score accurate? You can see 95. You know what? Grammar check, the score is accurate in terms of grammar. Now, in terms of readability, this score is not exactly on point. Readability is different, and content-wise is different. Grammarly simply cannot. It's a machine mind, cannot feel and understand how good this content, how useful it is for reader. So this is grammar score, essentially. It's more or less accurate. Maybe it's a little bit more enthusiastic and optimistic than some others, than it would be otherwise, but that's okay. I mean, it's still, if it says over 90, score in Grammarly is good. So Grammarly, like I told you, Grammarly helps you to be concise as well. And Grammarly writing process is easy because, see, I change things. I change things. I look at data, and Grammarly actually sometimes alerts me that I need to add data, or maybe in an article add facts, or write some sentences or paragraphs. See, here I'm actually editing, right? I'm editing here because Grammarly gave me questions that something wasn't understandable, and I looked at the sentence and I realized, yeah, it's not very understandable for reader. So somehow Grammarly also is able sometimes to notice that the premium version of Grammarly is able to look with the eyes of the reader, of the human reader, and say, this is not clear, this is unclear, this is not concise, this is not understandable, right? Cannot understand this sentence written, it's poorly written, and that already is something that human can do. So it's kind of scary at the same time that machine learning, artificial intelligence can, do this high level of editing and alerting me of things, but at the same time, on the same token, it is so helpful, and I can do it right there. I don't need to email back and forth between me and the content editor. I can just go ahead and do it. No, don't worry, it's not going to replace editors in the next 10-15 years, or maybe even 20. It's just not going to happen, most likely. But who knows what will happen in 20 years. Alright. So you can count this video as a Grammarly review YouTube. So now you see what is Grammarly Premium, what it does, what it can do, and I'm working on clarity right now. Is Grammarly Premium worth it? Absolutely, yes. How does Grammarly Premium work? You can see it on your screen. I record the whole process. So this is not your typical Grammarly tutorial video. I'm just showing you how I do it. Okay, as I do it live. No, not live, but as I do it. So you can see how does Grammarly work. YouTube is an excellent tool for that. I use Grammarly for bloggers, essentially, for blogging, I'm sorry. To do grammar check online. Grammarly is grammar check website. So I use Grammarly to catch grammar mistakes, and Grammarly helps me to do English grammar correction, and it's a good grammar checker. Grammarly is good grammar checker. Alright, so we continue to do it. You can see every little process. Despite the fact that overall score is 98, see there are still a lot of suggestions in terms of clarity. We didn't even get to engagement yet. Right now we just do clarity. Alright, and this is still amazing stuff. How it does, how Grammarly performs this check. See, I do some rev writing because I read. Grammarly alerts me, I read, and I think, yeah, I could make it better, really. Sometimes I just accept Grammarly suggestions because they're good enough, good, or just good. And I usually have to read this. Some of the sentences I have to read carefully. But like in this case, just addition, it's not a big deal. I can just accept it. Okay, I already have correctness 8 alerts. I will come back to it later. Now, what do we have here? Okay, clarity is almost done. The clarity is almost done. This has happened to me, and we're almost done with this article. But we continue also into the legal field reports. Thus, yeah, simple suggestions like that, I just accept them because they are easy to understand. Almost done with clarity. Almost done. Now Grammarly corrects itself again. Alright, you see 9 alerts. It corrects itself actually. It suggested changes and now it goes again and it keeps correcting itself. I love it about Grammarly. So it always correcting. No matter how long you work on article, it keeps reviewing it and suggestions, more corrections, which is really good. Alright, so PhDs as usual. Alright, looking good. Clarity is good. Engagement. Oh, I have some. Overall score is 99. So this is also a premium Grammarly feature. Clarity and engagement are available only in premium, Grammarly Premium. And actually it gives a lot of good suggestions in terms of readability too. It helps to make your text read more readable and understandable for reader. So they wouldn't just, go close the browser and see another article or just stop reading. So I wouldn't underestimate this aspect of Grammarly, because just correcting mistakes is critically important, because if you have many small ridiculous errors, you look like, we don't want to look like idiots, right? Like who is this person? He can't even write a proper letter without 10 just ridiculous mistakes, which are obvious for a high schooler. Why would I deal with that person, right? So Grammarly eliminates that, and very quickly. eliminates that problem. But also there are other things intangible which are more hard to understand. Somehow Grammarly suggestions good synonyms. If you overuse synonym, it suggests different words, different phrases, how to phrase differently, how to, it kind of takes a side of a human. I understand they're still working on it, the Grammarly development team. This still has room for growth, this area, but these premium features of the available only in premium Grammarly, they do much more than grammar check, and they are extremely helpful and extremely important. I totally allow it. Okay, I totally love it. This is excellent. This is excellent. I mean, Grammarly is just excellent tool at this point. It's one of the best, maybe one of the best, one of the most popular. And I mean, at this point, it's really good. I imagine in a few years it will be even better because of advances in machine learning and artificial intelligence. I'm sure they will add more features. Maybe it will be even more expensive. But now it's really cheap. You have to understand this price is really cheap because compared to hiring an editor, it would cost us anywhere from 10 to 50 times more per month if you write a lot, maybe even 100 times more per month. Alright, now Grammarly, like I said, is not bulletproof. It doesn't catch all mistakes, but catches most of them. It doesn't catch some style issues and content issues, doesn't do that. But for grammar, that's your job, right? As a person who writes, as an author. But for grammar check, it's an excellent tool. Plus many other suggestions beyond just grammar check. It's really worth it. It's really worth its money. So I have overall score at this point 99, which is good score. Engagement is almost done. Engagement work is almost done with Grammarly for this article. And it's been, I think it's third video from this article or something. Or second video or third video? Third. Alright. But anyway, still, 40 minutes. It would take me several hours otherwise to edit it. But with Grammarly, I can do it in 30-40 minutes. Or, save 3-4 times faster. Multiply that by 20 articles. How many hours I know how many hours I save, just maybe 100 in a month. Alright, little bit more alertness, a little bit more correctness. Almost there. It keeps suggesting because it reevaluates its own suggestions. They will evaluate just right, engagement, more. If you close and open Grammarly, the same article, it can give you even more suggestions, but I don't have time for it right now. I have to publish these as soon as possible. Very engaging, just right, very clear, excellent. Well, article is much better. It's not 100% better, but it's much better than it was before I used Grammarly. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna save it in a Word file and then continue work on it and publish it. So thank you for watching. Link below. Check Grammarly link in the description of this video, maybe in pinned comments, and have a nice day. And I'll see you in the next video.